post-apocalyptic world where humans have disappeared. To survive and rebuild, you transform into a human facsimile, a slightly uncanny human form with titties. We don't want to play as Diddy, y'all. I'm just a trainee with a damn mustache and a fucking goatee, okay? So don't listen to what I gotta say. Or do. Stay tuned, please. Don't click away. Hello, it's Rosie, and this is my third edition of my podcast, Rosie Off Script. And I've actually got notes today. This is my series called Rosie Off Script, where I talk about anything that tickles my fancy. Sometimes my boyfriend joins in and we give commentary on different things, but the first two episodes were a little experimental. I did not script anything the first episode. The second episode, I tried to script a little bit better, but it was still bad and all over the place. I'm hoping that this one will be better. Whether we are at war in real life, like what was happening with Iran, or we are watching our world fall apart at the hands of the government. There's only so much we can do or turn to for escape or some form of comfort. Some quick background in case you weren't aware. We are currently more at war than we already were. My thoughts? If the chump would stop trying to cause problems with other people, we wouldn't be in this situation. Iran even says, we will no longer target neighboring countries unless an attack on Iran originates from those countries themselves, pretty much. And what I wrote down was pretty much that I said, I told myself I wouldn't talk politics, but this isn't about a us versus them kind of thing. It's about what's right and what's wrong. And more recently, they don't even have internet. For a whole week so far, they've been on a national blackout. What the hell is going on? That being said, that's a little bit of a news report. It was very small, very minimal, because I don't like politics, y'all. I just wanted to talk about what I saw on the news and what I saw that was going on, because, to be honest with y'all, I live in a freaking bubble. I live in a bubble. I do. I don't like the outside world. I don't like what's going on in the outside world. I don't want to know about the divisive politics and the people that want to judge and hate and target one another. It's because, like I said earlier, it's not about an us versus them. This isn't what this video, or this part of the video at least, is about. I'm just a trainee with a damn mustache and a fucking goatee, okay? So don't listen to what I gotta say. Or do. Stay tuned, please. Don't click away. Oh my god. Oh shit. I've also got notes on my phone as well. So, with that being out of the way, today we're talking about a world where you can be a ditto in a cozy paradise 1 minute and fighting for your life in Raccoon City the next. But the real boss fight isn't about being in a video game, it's the courtroom. Nintendo is officially suing the US government for billions of dollars. Is the Nintendo tax season finally over? Let's dive into POKOPIA, Resident Evil Requiem, and the legal battle that might change how much you pay for your next console. Just yesterday, March 6th, Nintendo of America officially sued the US government. The story? They are demanding a refund for billions of dollars in tariffs they paid over the last year. The Supreme Court recently ruled that the specific way President Trump used the International Emergency Economic Powers Act to tax imports was illegal. You think? So yeah, I think it's really cute how the Ditto is like set up and how you get to play as a Ditto, and I think it's a little creepy, but I was talking about this with Babe, and I don't know if I talked about it in the video yet, but there is a reference in the Canto series to the replica, and I don't know if that's correlated. It could be her. Oh, oh, it could be her like hiding all along, and like the game ends, and it's just like, oh, you were your trainer all along. Um, but it's sad. It's a sad game. I keep hearing people say about how it's sad, and I'm like, I don't see it, but like I can definitely see it. It's definitely a sad game. You know, because the Pokemans, they don't know. It's like they know that their trainers are gone and that they've given them up, but they still don't know, you know? So, in case you were unaware of what POKOPIA is about, here is a Gemini version of the rundown. You play as a Ditto that has woken up in a desolate post-apocalyptic world where humans have disappeared. To survive and rebuild, you transform into a human facsimile, a slightly uncanny human form with titties, with, we don't want to play as Diddy, y'all. No. Ditto's signature dot eyes and grin. You work with Professor Tangrowth to terraform the land and build a utopia to attract Pokemons and hopefully find the missing humans. So this is what I also saw that was interesting. You don't catch Pokemon in this game. Obviously, you don't use Pokeballs. You have to build the specific environment. Like, for example, in my first playthrough, Bulbasaur came through the grass, and then I don't know why Squirtle would want to do that too. I thought, he'd be in a body of water, but he was just like, I want a place to live too. Can you get me like a place, could you get me like an environment to live in? And I was like, okay, girl, I got you. Oh, interesting. So, some new exclusive gaming content coming to Pokemon Pokopia is the more spores for Hoppip. Now, of course, it's always already compared to it. So, it's like Animal Crossing and how they had different events and different things that you can do. And yeah. Oh yeah, and they have a mystery gift. Tell your audience to check the mystery gift menu for the free Ditto rug decoration available for early buyers until January 2027. Damn. Like, early buyers until 2027? Dog, we're in March. Is buying it a year out considered early? I don't know, but I mean, anybody could get it. Like, what the fuck's the allure of trying to buy it early if you're just gonna get something that everybody can get? Oh, lordy. Ooh, this is a good one. I noticed this as well, and it's the first party digital file to be only 6.2 gigabytes in storage. I think that's pretty dope. So I will end this podcast with, is Pokemon better without the battling? After 30 years of fighting in a world where we just build gardens for our Pokemon, is this the fresh start the series needed? It's a spin-off. So Gemini, that was a weird question for me to ask the audience. Um, But, it's not really a fresh start for the series because we all know that Pokemon Winds and Waves is coming out. Ugh. I love Winds and Waves. Now, here's a food for thought kind of moment. If Nintendo gets billions back in a refund, should they lower the price of the Switch 2 or the new Pokemon Pokopia? I feel like that's a really good question to ask myself in my own little script. But because I feel like the Pokopia game is going to be $70 for the duration of whatever it is. Maybe they'll lower it back to 50. $49.99, I think that was the original price, and then they upped it like 20, 49, 59, 69. And then they even, like, for deluxe editions, like the Resident Evil one, it was almost 90 freaking bucks for the Requiem and the upgrade edition. I mean, yeah, they had the older games that were in a bundle with it, but still, that's way overpriced. Way overpriced. Why are we paying this much for a freaking video game? And who's the gullible sap that's gonna do it? Me. Me. You wanna know why? Because you've seen it from my damn video. Ooh! Y'all's. Final Fantasy Remake integrated. Just download it. But yeah, as you can see. Oops. I was pressing the wrong one. As you can see, I've got the Pokopia, I got Resident Evil, I got Fire Red, I got Kirby. Oh shit, what the fuck? I got Legends ZA, which I already got that when I got my Switch. So I got Pokopia, I got the Final Fantasy remake, I got Metroid Fusion, and that's pretty much all I've got, which I don't mean to say like that's all I've got, because you really don't want to know how much all those games cost together after you buy them. Yeah. I'm a collector the same way my boyfriend is, except my boyfriend is a lot more realistic with his collections. He collects silver and like different things that actually will make more money in the long run. I don't think a digital copy of a video game is going to make any kind of money. But, and especially everyone knows that when you go to GameStop or when you buy a video game and it depreciates value over time with, when you go to sell it, like, and they're like, oh, that was $60? Here's $8. Have a good day. Like, what? I spent 60 fucking dollars on this motherfucker. But it is what it is, I also researched that March 5th, which was 2 days ago. Let me plug my PC in while I'm continuing to talk. Which was 2 days ago, was one of the biggest release days in gaming history. One of the biggest release days in gaming history. Which I think is pretty dopesters. Besides Pokemon Pokopia, other massive games like Crimson Desert, Slay the Spirit 2, Slay the Spire 2, and the Marathon reboot all hit or had major updates this week. Now, what the podcast angle should be for this segment is Pokopia getting overshadowed by these other hardcore games, or is the cozy gaming audience strong enough to keep it number one on the eShop? Now, I think I can answer that myself. I think that with Pokopia, it's definitely going to sell. Like I saw, and it's funny because the way that the Nintendo fans are, is I've learned that they will never be satisfied. Never. And they will always have something to complain about. When Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green came back as a emulated remake, it was $20. Freaking $20. Like, if you can't afford $20, you need to go I don't know. Sell your pussy on the internet. What? I don't know what to say. Like, it's just like, it's sad. Like, it's $20, dog. And people were like, I'm not spending $20 on a game I can emulate for free. Then why did you buy the Switch 2? Why did you buy the Switch 2 if you could just play video games for free? Obviously, you wanted to play the games on the motherfucker. So buy the game and stop complaining. But yet, some people aren't complaining about having to spend $74 on a video game about Pokemon in the world of like an Animal Crossing style world. You know what I mean? And so, people aren't complaining about that, but they were complaining about playing an older game for $20. Now let's talk about some of the video juegos that I played recently. Let me get my Switch just for reference again. So, I've been playing the Life is Strange games because Life is Strange Reunion is coming soon! In about 2.5 weeks. And I pre-ordered it because I was not fucking around. I'm like, I've loved every Life is Strange game that has come out. That's what my last podcast episode was about. And yeah, I'm excited. So I'm trying to, play the first game and Before the Storm and Double Exposure, but like, I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to be a YouTuber and do the damn thing. Cause, listen to me. Someone with 24 subscribers and someone that gets like 30 views a video, if I'm lucky, I can only do so much. I'm a student, college student, a housewife. Obviously, I have plenty of free time, but that's besides the point. The point is, I don't have it in me, energy wise, to record hours worth of gaming content and upload them, and then do a podcast, and then do skits and memes and different things. Obviously, I signed up for that. This is what I signed up to do. It's what I want to do. I don't get paid to do it, but I want to do it. Because one day I might get paid, and one day I might be able to build that audience that makes it so engaging and real that it feels like I'm needed and wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I want to feel needed by the internet. I want to feel like the internet looks up to me and wants me to provide, like, content. Like, I want to be a content creator really bad. And so, yeah. So yeah, I've been playing a little bit of POKOPIA. That recently came out, but, Resident Evil Requiem, y'all. When I post that video, I cannot wait for you to see my reaction to it. One of the things I wrote down was really funny, because I was looking up ideas for like what I should say in my not what I should say, but what I should talk about in my podcast. And they said one of the questions that the Google said was the Google. I sound like an 80-year-old man. One of the questions that the Google said was that, does Grace Ashcroft level up with Leon? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think so far. But at the same time, she does. It's just, I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't played. But I will say, she's a timid, shy woman for an FBI agent about to go into a mission to do some shit like that. She's pretty timid and shy, and she jumps at literally everything. This isn't spoiling anything, but there is a scene where she's like going through a building, and a fucking bucket rolls across the floor, and she goes, like, really, bitch? It's a fucking bucket. I mean, I'd be scared. Because I wouldn't go in no abandoned motherfucking building anyways. But the point is that homegirl need to get it together, because would Leon do that? I don't think he would. Leon went in there guns blazing like, who the fuck wanna fuck with me? Like, and her ass was like, like, really, girl? Get it together. Get it together. You've got zombies to kill. Go get your mother. Oh, wait. She can't. It's fucked up, y'all. I'm going to hell for that one. But, anyways. That's Resident Evil Requiem. That's as much as I can say about it because I've literally only played the intro where Grace is presented and then Leon is presented for the first time and then it goes back to Grace's perspective. And at that point I played for like an hour and a half and I was like, fuck, I can't play anymore, y'all. Like I got to tap out, tap out. And so yeah. And then what else came out recently? That Final Fantasy game, but that didn't come out recently. That's just a remake, another remake. I mean, I think it's funny to think about the shift in between these two releases that's really important to me right now and as a Nintendo Switch user and as a PC gamer. The cozy, cute island of Pokopia and then the wretched, dead evil wasteland of Raccoon City and Requiem. Like those two things kind of it's funny how they like contrast to each other, like, you know what I mean? And so because I just talked about Requiem, is Silent Hill F. Love that game so far, but I'm still in the beginning and I told you guys I wouldn't spoil anything and I'm not. But Homegirl is trying to run for her life in the intro from a fucking plant or something. And I have to sit there and watch her die every 5 seconds because Homegirl, I didn't have this at the time. I couldn't find it. So you know what I was doing? I was playing with the keys, WASD, WASD, and the little mouser. And the mouse was moving all types of fucked up ways, so the directions was moving all fucked up. I couldn't find out where I was going. That plant kept eating me, and then I had to watch her die in the most disturbing way every 5 seconds. Like, damn, girl. But I like it. I love the story. I like the idea of the story. I love the town that it's set in. I love that it's in Japan. I think that's really cool that they took Silent Hill in that direction. Now, let's go back to Pokopia. Pokopia! Oh, lordy. So, when I was playing, I was a little creeped out. I did a little research before I played it, but I was a little creeped out because I, man, I'm just crushing that fucking HDMI cord. Okay. But, I think it's a little uncanny and a little cute that Ditto is turning into a Pokemon. Ditto is turning into a human being. And, oh, Lexi's calling me. Time to pause it. Hello, I'm back. Lexi had to call and I got distracted and the day got away from me. But I'm back to finish this podcast strong and heavy. Strong and heavy. No, but so like I was saying, I love how Ditto's design is and how you get to design Ditto and I cannot wait. The more I talk about it, the more I edit, the more I watch about it, the more I want to play more. And right now I'm mixed between playing more of Resident Evil, more of Silent Hill now that I've got my controller back, more of Pokopia. Like, after this, I might just get into bed with Babe and play some Pokopia. Because he's watching a movie and he's doing his own thing and yeah, we need to spend time together, so. Does everybody like my haircut? Ah, my hair is looking gorgeous. I got it lush, dyed, and laid to the side. I actually had a cute little French braid. I'll try to throw it in there. It was a cute little French braid that they were able to do, and it made me look very masculine, which I kind of act and sound masculine, so that's fine. But it made me look even more than usual, and I was like, that's not what I'm going for. But it was cute. It was a moment, and then when I took it out, it was even more dramatic. I was like, to get the little ponytail holder.
Pick it up, put it back where it goes. Under the bed or on the shelf it shows. Tiny toys, big toys, they all have a spot. Find the right place, don't let it be forgot. Clean up, jump and spin.
But oh my god, he'd be like, dude, you can't even say my last name right? Oh lordy. Bye. This be pretty much the video. I kind of want to show you a little bit of a desk tour. Except it's a mess right now. So you can't see. Alright, fine, I'll show you. Even though it's a fucking mess. Let me try to at least clean it up a little bit. There is the desk. Do you like the pretty flowers and the globe? Yeah. It's a little minimalistic, and those are the little sound bars that I've got. Boop! That be the desk. That be the desk. And now I sit at it every single day that it's been built. I'm in love with it. So in love with it. It makes me feel like I have something that's mine. Even though, of course, this is my trailer as much as it is his. It's just somewhat. But, you know, in the ways that, like, I get to have some personalization and some kind of opinion or say so over certain things, like the organization and how certain things look. You know, just to be able to have that say so is really, I'm grateful for that. But yeah. This is my desk setup. It's very minimalistic, but it's cute. It's got a cute little pink mat, black mouse pad, flowers, a globe. It's a moment. I drink this shit like it's water. Cola. I'm a cokehead. Oh. Gotta cut that. But anyways, so in summary, in this shorter than normal podcast, I brought up Nintendo's war with the President of the United States and the government and the White House and whoever the hell else is involved, because I'm not that political, y'all. I just try to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. But they are going after them for the tariffs. They want their money back. And guess what? The customers do too. Because personally, yes, without President Trump and his tariffs, gaming consoles have raised and lowered throughout the years based on which one is coming out, I think. And if one is coming out for like PlayStation 5 Pro, that one is obviously a higher price because they promise to deliver higher graphics and like 4K, and then the Nintendo Switch 2 came out, and that obviously, you know, they say it's 4K when docked, and you can play 4K when it's in the TV mode, and so it's nice. But obviously it's 1080p when you're in handheld mode, which is okay. I don't really care. I don't notice the damn difference. But yeah. And then with the Nintendo Switch 2, it was a couple hundred more, or 150 more than the Switch 1. I think the Switch 1 was $299 before taxes and fees, and the Switch 2 is $449. So yeah, that's a big chunk of difference, especially when you add the taxes and fees. But they promised, they know, like, I think that a lot of people complain about Nintendo's products, but they know what they deliver, so they can laugh their way to the bank all they want. They know what they deliver. They deliver excellent products. Like, I'm not just milking the cow here. I'm just saying, like, I love Nintendo. I really do. If I could work for them one day, I really would. I would just have to move somewhere where they allow the employees, which is mostly in like major cities, but I don't know. I've done my research a little bit. I would definitely be knowledgeable. I would just have to deal with rude people all day. Or those kinds of people, those kinds of customers that'd be calling in the call center and be like, yeah, get man game from grandson. I hear it's a really great game. Can he play first person shooter on it? I don't fucking know. Like, what did grandparents or grandpas say or grandmas say, or, like, they don't even know what a first person shooter is. But I don't know, man. Oh, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. But I'm gonna cut most of this. So yeah, I'm excited because I'm going on a little miniature vacation to go cross country from Colorado on a Greyhound. I've driven on Greyhounds before, ridden, not driven, rode on Greyhounds before. Amtraks, planes, trains, automobiles. I've done it. And I love being able to travel. I love having the opportunity to travel and see the world and see different places. And, Greyhound's not exactly the most luxurious way to travel, especially if you get a seat next to the bathroom. But, I think it's really great to be able to have all those stops that you get off on, like little landmarks, and be like, oh, we're in New Jersey, or oh, we're in Georgia, or oh, we're here. Like, obviously, that's not on the way, but you know what I mean. It's really exciting, and I'm really grateful to be able to go. So it'll be like a little cross country trip. Takes about 2 days on the road, 2 days on the road, which is very familiar to me because when I was living in North Carolina, and I would go to I was living in upstate New York rather, and I would go back to visit North Carolina to visit family. It would be about an hour or a day's worth of trip. And so to travel 2 days, I can handle it. So I'm really excited, and I get to see my best friend Lexi. You guys have seen her on the video. You haven't seen her, but you've heard her voice, and I've already talked to her on the phone just before I did this video, and she is not on board with being on my YouTube channel. But I'm gonna see what I can do, okay, guys? I'm gonna see if I can talk her into being on the channel, because that would be really cool. But yeah, that's my plan, Stan. And this is the pod. Episode 3. Covered Nintendo tariffs, going to sue the government to get their money back. I've talked about POKOPIA. I've talked about Resident Evil. And anything that's popular. Lar. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.